Hi guys, today is the 18th of August 2019 at 18 minutes past 5 in the evening over here in the UK, and I just wanted to quickly talk about an interpretation for the 27th of August, the 2nd of September and the 27th of September dates I talked about, I think, in the previous two videos that I posted on my channel. I'm thinking that the rabbit here in the background is connected to something underground, because you know, rabbits and their burrows and tunnels, that's the association I'd get. If we're looking at one of the interpretations for this girl as Alice, then the rabbit in there is, you know, taking her down the tunnel, down the rabbit hole, basically a metaphor for a journey to a different place. Now this rabbit is looking at the 8th blue character, the 9th character overall, but as I've mentioned before, the rabbit's ears appear to act as the number 2, and right next to it you've got the vine leaves which have the number 7. So I'm putting that together and I'm thinking, okay, 27th of the 8th month, because he's looking at the 8th character. So 27th of August, well, I've got one watch there, but also the same 8th character, if you're just counting the blue characters, is also the 9th character when you include the girl here. And above the ears we've got the 2 markings, which could represent September 2nd or September 11th, in my opinion. Now, what I think is also being interpreted here with the rabbit, as I mentioned, is an underground kind of reference. So we've talked about underground explosion, something like that, but I was watching the Patriot Act, and it's talking about public transport, and one of the things that was interesting is talking about the Holland Tunnel, or the Hudson River Tunnel, and its state of disrepair and the potential for it to collapse. And I was just reading through the Wikipedia entry, and I got to the date it was opened, November 13th 1927, 91 years ago, and automatically I just read this last part, the date here, the year, backwards, which is 7/2/19. Since we're past July 2nd, I'm looking at that 7 as the 7th month on the Roman calendar, which is September. And then we've got the 2nd, again, that could still be September the 2nd, but it could also be September the 11th. And then we've got 19, which would be this year. Not really sure if that is significant, but considering the September 2nd reference that I've taken from the iPad Go 2 video, with the 9th character, the 2 marks above the head, and the signal for underground with the rabbit being the representation of that, it's possible that we're looking at a underground explosion or collapse of possibly the Hudson River Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, on the 2nd of September. Maybe something again associated with underground on August the 27th, which I think could have connections to the UK, because as I've said before, we've got the pound coin symbol here making up the shark's head, and then follow that with the number 2 for the shark's mouth and the number 7 in the shark's tail. We possibly have a 27 reference. We've got 8 teeth here, so it could be the 27th of August, something connected with the UK and underground. This shark is leaping upwards, so not sure. But again, over here, this has been interpreted as obviously a hangman connection with Jeffrey Epstein and the cult above, but also it's a broken circuit, not quite connected. And I've assumed that that's something to do with the TfL, Transport for London, which is the underground trains or the above ground trains, or even buses. They cover basically all of London public transport. So something happening there, but obviously with the broken circuit connection, I'm thinking buses, they don't really run on circuits, they don't rely on circuits that much, unless we're talking EMP, and then everything's fried. But I'm thinking that's more associated with trains and underground. So August 27th UK, something underground, or possibly September 2nd. And same again for the United States, especially in association with this Hudson River tunnel. August 27th, September the 2nd, both places, both events also have a translation for the obvious, which is September the 11th. And then we get to September the 27th, which I think may have also been encoded in the time frame taken from the Heliofont video on the actual website itself. I'll have to play it again. The video ends at 7:27. Sorry, it's not moving. There we go. So it ends at 7:27, and obviously backwards and forwards, that's the same thing. Again, if we're thinking 7 is the Roman calendar representation, then we're looking at 7 being September, and the 27 could be the 27th of September, or the final translation for that would be September the 2nd at 7 o'clock. So there's all my interpretations. The 3 dates that have come up here: August the 27th, September the 2nd, and September the 27th, always adding in September the 11th. But looking out for something associated with an underground explosion, possibly with the public transport, thousands of people being injured or affected in some way. Hope and pray nothing like that happens. Obviously before that is August 21st, representation from the apple, and connection to Hawaii and a possible eruption there. 21/8, possible eruption, possible tsunami. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.